Alright guys, so this video is going to be more towards the players who are still wondering which cookies to invest in, and mainly for the cookies that are going to be great without magic candies, alright? And most of these cookies, except for one, is going to be within the mileage shop. So if you guys do have mileage points at least 2,000 and you still do not have these cookies, I do recommend, if possible, to get them from the mileage shop and either invest in them through the EXP Star Jellies, or at least put them inside the haul by leveling them up to level 30 and utilize them for most of the game modes. And I'm going to be showing the toppings as well as why these cookies are good. But let's go over the cookies first, alright? Let me actually list them first so that you guys know who they are. Number one, it's going to be Rockstar right over here. Rockstar is a great healer, alright? And it's going to be amazing for a lot of you guys who need a good healer, alright? And then number two is going to be Tarte Tatin. Tarte Tatin is honestly like the queen of the world exploration or PvE aspect of the game, alright? As an epic cookie, she is going to just deal so much damage and is going to really carry you in a lot of the game modes, alright? So that's going to be number two. Number three is going to be no other than Prune Juice. So Prune Juice is amazing for PvE as well. The Prune Jellies are going to be a very unique type of summon unit where they take hits, alright, number of hits rather than an HP like the other summon units, alright? So amazing. The poison damage is amazing as well. And then we have number four, Space Doughnut. Space Doughnut is another really solid tank for the PvE aspect of things. Most of these cookies are not super great for arena, but for most players, PvE is going to be where your crystals are going to come from, alright? So I do recommend Space Doughnut. Another really solid tank for not only the Cookie Alliance, but for the world exploration as well. And then number five is going to be no other than Wildberry, alright? So Wildberry, yes, Wildberry does have a magic candy, but even without the magic candy, Wildberry is really good for a lot of the players, especially if you do not have someone like, Hollowberry to actually use, or even Crimson Coral to use, alright? So I do recommend, if you guys can, to invest in Wildberry super quick, because the 15% damage resist is going to help you guys a lot inside of the world exploration and other game modes. Alright, and then the last cookie that I want to mention, number 6, is going to be no other than Burnt Cheese right now. As an epic cookie, this guy is absolutely amazing. The skill that he has, the utility that he has, the ability to not only stun the enemies, but also just protect your DPS is absolutely crucial when it comes to a lot of the game modes, especially that debuff immunity. So I do recommend, if you guys do have the ability to pull for him, it seems like the feature banner is going to last until another 18 days, which also means, that this right over here, you can see this is 37 days. We're most likely going to be getting another banner. And then on top of that, we're going to get an additional epic banner, all right? So it seems like 18 days, and then we're going to get another banner very soon for, about 2.5 weeks. And then it'll move on to the, actual promotion event. So I think that's how they're going to be taking it. But Burnt Cheese is amazing. If you guys do have crystals, or if you guys are starting off, Burnt Cheese, pull for him. Try to get him, promoted a little bit at least, all right? So now that I've mentioned the cookies, let's kind of just talk about, alright, these cookies and why they're so good and why you need to, or you should invest in them and how you should be investing in them, alright? So first one that I mentioned was Rockstar. Rockstar is going to be an amazing healer for your team, alright? So not only is this cooldown 15 seconds, which is really good for a healer, he also does have a really solid heal. And another real good thing, alright? Another real good thing is that he is also able to provide crit percentage to all the other cookies except himself, alright? Yes, it sucks that he can't receive the crit, but he's at least able to give up to 35% extra crit, which means that, they're able to try to utilize the crit damage. Alright, so that's the reason why he's so good. And another reason why is because of his Encore. Encore is such clutch, alright? I do recommend, if you guys can, definitely take advantage of Rockstar and the Encore and just the, buff that he has. The legendary Rock Spirit buff also is really good, alright? And then also he has Curse Protection. Not really something you're gonna take advantage of inside of the world exploration or the PvE aspect of things, but he's an amazing healer. And his main toppings are going to be 5 of the Swift Chocolate, and you do want to at least have a 5% crit to maximize on that 35% crit bonus. All right, Tarte Tatin is absolutely amazing. The reason why she's more towards the PvE, and I do call her the queen of PvE, is because of the ability to stack on the attack. All right, so she's able to get extra 10% attack for 15 seconds. All right, every time she kills an enemy. All right, it doesn't really happen inside of arena, but she's able to mostly, all right, kill enemies when it comes to the PvE aspect of things, when it comes to world exploration, when it comes to Cookie Alliance. So she's able to gain 100% extra attack, all right, as long as she's able to kill enemies. On top of that, she does burn damage, she does shackle, and also she just does bonus damage to bosses. Look at this. She does 785% attack to others, which is just regular enemies, and then additional, all right, extra damage, 785.5%. So basically double damage to bosses. Amazing, absolutely amazing. And another thing that she actually just shreds the boss and the world exploration or PvE aspect of things is the cooldown. 1.5 seconds with every regular attack hit. So that's the reason why she's just so good inside of the PvE aspect of things, especially the Cookie Alliance. All right, so I do recommend for anybody who's still stuck in the world exploration or trying to clear Cookie Alliance, utilize Tarte Tatin. So for Tarte Tatin, if you guys do have her just leveled up and you don't have a lot of the buffs for crit, then going with 5 Searing Raspberry is going to be the best, focusing on damage resist as well as the attack speed, because you don't need cooldown, because every time she attacks, she's going to decrease her cooldown by herself. And then if you guys do have some crit that you guys are able to take advantage of with like someone like Cream Puff or some other buffs that are inside of the game mode, then you guys can utilize a mixture build with Juicy Apple Jelly as well. So the third one here, guys, is going to be Prune Juice. Prune Juice is amazing for, especially the guild boss battle right now against the dragon, but he is actually really good for a lot of the world exploration stages. Sometimes not against every boss, because some of them do have immunity against poison. But he is going to be amazing because not only is he able to poison the enemies, deal extra damage, and stack that constantly, not only that, he has a prune jelly summoning. All right, this summoning is going to take 30 hits. All right, 30 hits in order for them to go down. All right, it's going to be amazing tank, guys. It's going to deal 95% of attack and withstand 30 hits. All right, so it's like a hit shield inside of the world exploration PvE things. But it's on your side this time. So it's amazing, and the poison damage, the more and more you stack it, it's so good, guys. And Prune Juice is going to be an amazing cookie for you guys to invest in that does not require magic candies. So mostly for Prune Juice is going to be 5 of the Swift Chocolate, but for world exploration, if you guys are lacking damage and things like that, 5 Searing Raspberry is perfectly fine as well. So another one that is really good, the fourth one, is gonna be Space Donuts. Space Donuts has the ability to turn enemies into donuts, all right, unless they're immune to debuffs. But Space Donut is amazing for that. They just turn into donut. They can't do anything. They take a massive defense reduction as well, 40%, all right? And then also do have amplified debuff as well, which is going to amplify the debuff percentage as well. And also you're able to do extra damage, all right, as well to enemies if they're under the defense reduction debuff, and is a crucial member for the Living Abyss. So again, guild boss battle is going to be a crucial way, or a very important way, for a lot of the players to gain crystals. And for Space Donut, most of the toppings, most of the time, is going to be a Searing Raspberry or Solid Almond mix for world exploration, and something like the Cookie Alliance. However, when it comes to the guild boss battle, it is going to be a 5 of the Swift Chocolate, so that you are able to spam that donut move. All right, and then the last one that we have from the mileage shop is going to be no other than Wildberry. Wildberry is amazing, guys. Very simple, but really good. And it's mainly because of this right over here. 15% damage resist to all of the cookies during battle when the skill is active. 15% seems small, but it is really going to make a difference for you guys, especially if you guys are kind of, just need that extra damage resist, all right, to survive. And it's going to be really good, because in the early games, it's going to be harder to get a lot of the good damage resist toppings, all right, damage resist subset toppings. So it really works out. Damage is pretty good too because of the final blow. And also you're able to go and stun the enemies with every auto attack as long as the skill is active. And on top of that, this, magic candy is beneficial, but it doesn't do too much. It just gives you a little bit of extra damage. You do get an HP shield that is kind of okay. I mean, it just blocks off some of the damage. And then, of course, you do get some crit resist as well, which is mainly for, I would say for the arena, but, Wildberry is not that great inside of the arena with Crimson Coral, with Pitaya, Burnt Cheese, Hollowberry, they're being used right now. For Wildberry, most of the time, 95% of the time, most likely, is going to be fine for the Solid Almond, just focusing on that damage resist. And then, of course, sometimes, you do use like Singing Raspberry, and you use something else if there is a special occasion and special events going on. Alright guys, so the last one here, guys, that is going to be no other than Burnt Cheese. You do need a pull for him as of right now, but he is going to eventually get added into the Mile Shop. But he's also amazing because of his Keeper of the Gate buff, alright? That is going to absorb 50% of damage of the cookie with the highest attack, and then also provide debuff immunity for 12 seconds, which means that a glitch debuff, any of the stuns, sleeps, anything that you can think of is not gonna be applied to that cookie, as well as Burnt Cheese himself. In general, he's a very, very solid sub tank most of the time. So if you guys have to match it up, it's gonna be Wildberry and then Burnt Cheese or Space Doughnut Burnt Cheese. And you just use the other DPSs like that. And then for the toppings, most of the time in the World Exploration, it is going to be 5 of the Solid Almond because you do want to focus on the damage resist. But for the arena, there are teams where you want to use 5 of the Swift Chocolate in order to keep up the gate buff as often as you can, so that the cookie that you need to protect is being protected and has that debuff immunity. Alright, but that is going to be it. 5/6 cookies, alright, that you guys honestly should be investing in right now. I suggest those 5 of the Mile Shop and then 6 for the Burnt Cheese, alright, if you guys can get him from the gacha. Anyways, guys, let me know down in the comments below which of the cookies, alright, from the 60 something that we have of the epic cookies, which one you guys personally think that all people or players should be investing in that does not require magic candy as of right now. Because magic candy, it takes time to build, and also you do need to build a magic laboratory and all that stuff. So let me know down in the comments below, and I'll see you guys all on the next one.